because the youth don't have as much money as others.
No, advertising, they're directly trying to get the...
Yeah, through advertising, there's a type of advertising. It's called grassroots advertising, and they're not doing normal advertising. They're not doing it through like TV commercials or anything like that. They're actually going to places where there are a lot of teens and they're a youth, like MySpace. They'll advertise through MySpace. They'll get a MySpace account just for, say, for Sparks. Sparks will get a MySpace and add all the teens, and then that's just a way of advertising their product. And they'll go through Facebook and just all online, because most kids, as you know, are online all the time these days. So that's just a way of advertising. And then the colors, as you can see, they're bright colors, like a bright orange color that attracts the teen's eye. The bright yellow, and that just little tiny things that get teens.
So I see you have a couple bottles over here also. One I'm familiar with, that's the Jones Soda Pop. And can you just explain how people get confused between the Jones Soda Pop and the alcohol?
Yeah, it's we have 3 of them here. They all look basically the same. You can't, just by looking at a glance, no one, unless you know the label, the company, no one can tell which one has alcohol in it or not, because this one just looks like lemonade. If you look right here, it looks like you're drinking lemonade, and this one basically the same thing, when actually it's alcohol. And that's basically what I said before. The parents, they don't know, and the teachers don't know, so they can't do anything about it. But by knowing, they can do things about it.
Now, you'd think merchants would be pretty astute to what's alcoholic and what's not, since it's in their store and they're selling it. How are kids still getting it?
They're either stealing it just the normal way, just walking out with it, or there's a couple techniques that they actually use that I've heard of. They'll get, say, there's like a 4-pack container. This is just a normal juice, fizzy drink, and they'll get alcohol drinks and they'll put them in the container. So, to say this thing's filled with alcohol drinks, and they don't actually scan the drink, which is the alcohol. They scan the box, which isn't alcohol, and the checker won't even know. So they scan the box and they just get away with drinks just like that. And other ways, they'll get alcoholic energy drinks and then mostly non-alcoholic energy drinks, and they'll combine them all together, and the tops look exactly the same. So they'll put them all on the conveyor belt, and the cashier won't want to scan them all, so she'll actually just count them and then move them over. And not scanning them, she won't know that they're alcohol and which one's not. So they'll assume they're all the same price and just give them away, basically. But by knowing, they won't be able to do that with the knowledge.
So we really need to educate not just the store owners, but the clerks as well.
And the Committed campaign actually does that. They educate and they post signs saying what they are, and they'll give a little lesson made to the clerks and the store owners.
No, and that's coming to Tuolumne County sometime
Yes,
soon?
it just recently got actually passed or got approved to start doing that, and got the funding for it. So that should be coming soon. Should be seeing the posters in the store windows.
So another issue that I know that our youth face is drug use, and I'm very involved with my children and what happens at high school, and so have you, as a youth leader in Tuolumne County, discussed substance abuse problems with the youth also?
Yeah, we do little with the mentoring programs. There's 16 topics we talk about, and per session, and one of the sessions are directly given to drug abuse and substance abuse, and we just get them the youth informed about what it does to you, why not to do it, and just all the side effects you can get from it.
Yeah, I am very involved. I also belong to a group called Positively Speaking that goes into schools and talks about the dangers of drug use to the youth. The one thing I wanted to ask, though, is, and I've always wanted to know why. I know that the tobacco program goes into the junior highs and goes into the high schools, and my children have explained the program to me, and they've all been through it, but I've always wondered why there's not a big emphasis on chewing tobacco, because from what I hear at Somerville High, at least, a lot of the people there chew tobacco. They don't smoke, but they chew, and I think chewing tobacco is just as dangerous Can you
Yeah,
touch
well,
on that a little bit?
I think the reason, and I hear from my friends the reason to do it, it's less noticeable and it's easier to get through. Like, it's obviously, if you're in a school setting, everyone knows if you're smoking a cigarette by smoking, but if you have something in your lip or wherever you keep it in your mouth, it's just less noticeable, and people don't think it's as harmful as cigarettes because they hear all this stuff on how bad cigarettes are, and that's all they've been growing up to, but never chewing tobacco, and that's what the problem.
Yeah, I believe it is a big problem of chewing tobacco just in Tuolumne
And it's getting
County.
bigger.
Yes, and so I would hope that some of these youth programs would look at that also.
And we basically touch on all the subjects in Friday Night Live, everything from marijuana use, alcohol use, tobacco use, and bullying, and all that stuff.
Bullying is another big problem, and cyber wars and whatever goes on.
We catch on all of it.
Erin, do you have any other questions for Casey?
You know what? I think it's just an honor to have you here today and be speaking about this. And, you know, we admire your involvement in the community. I do want to do a plug on Youth Leadership Tuolumne County. We're taking applications right now, so if you're interested, you can call the Chamber of Commerce and either get your child into it, or if the child's interested, heard it through school, apply, and we'll be doing that this fall, getting the class together.
Now, does it cost to be in?
Not the youth class, no.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
It is funded by other people then.
It is funded by, sponsors, partnerships, and the Adult Leadership Tuolumne County class.
And I'm pretty sure Casey can attest to that if you're involved in youth leadership, that's a big plus to put on your college application, and colleges really look at that, correct?
Yeah, and you also meet so many people. You go through all the businesses of your county, you go everywhere, and you see what actually goes on in your county. It's just a really good thing to get into.
That really is. I agree with that. I've done Leadership Tuolumne County for the adults, and it was a great program. I really want to say that I hope that we have really informed the public about this problem we have with our teens and alcopops, and you too could become involved and help maybe educate the clerks and the store owners that this is a big problem in Tuolumne County, and as long as we could start preventing it, maybe we could take steps to avoiding it ever happening in the first place. Yes Partnership has always been dedicated to preventing substance abuse and alcohol abuse and child abuse in Tuolumne County, and we hope that we continue to have programs like this where we could direct parents that there is a problem going on and maybe you need to be informed in how to stop it within Tuolumne County. Is there anything else you'd like to add, either one of you?
Just thanks for having us on the show.
Thank you, Casey. It's really been a pleasure to have you with us today. You have informed me on things I had no idea, the whole putting it in the box and the clerks really need to know and lining it up. I understand it, but I had no idea. I had no idea that there was no nutritional facts on alcoholic energy drinks. That's amazing to me.
Yeah, and that's